Good morning, y'all. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Thank y'all so much for joining me this morning. I really do appreciate it. Happy Wednesday. I hope everybody's having a blessed morning so far. You know, um, I mean, I'm going to drop the link for anybody that wants to join in this discussion. Mods, can you please grab the StreamYard link and drop it in the chat periodically, if you don't mind? Um, yeah, happy Wednesday, y'all. Happy Wednesday. Thank you to everybody that's joining me this morning. I do appreciate it. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you hit the like button to get this channel and my content on this channel in the algorithm or keep it in the algorithm. I would greatly appreciate it. I honestly and truly appreciate the people that support this type of commentary. Um, because it's easy to get support for the mess and the drama and the bullshit, but this type of commentary right here is sort of kind of hard to get support. So any support I receive, I greatly appreciate it, y'all. Today is the first day of March 2023. I think the official first day for spring is March the 21st, if I'm not mistaken, because my sister-in-law, I think I'll never forget that because my sister-in-law birthday is on that day. And I think it's the 21st of March, the first official day. But I consider March coming in spring because that's when I start my spring cleaning. Because when March 21st, the official day of spring, hits, I like to be prepared for spring and summer, right? It's the 20th. Thank you, Fawn. I know it was either the 20th or the 21st. Good morning to all of you all. Thank y'all so much for being here. It is a new day. Fawn. Um, yeah. Oh, Jesus, why? Um, this morning we're gonna get into something that you all have been writing me about since it started. Yeah, the pollen has started, Miss Monica. The pollen has started, and I think that's what's irritating my sinuses so bad. Because don't get it twisted, like I suffer from sinus issues all year, but that pollen would that pollen would mess you up. You feel me? Um, yeah. So yeah, but anywho, y'all. So we're gonna get into I'm going live later on my other channel. Where I'll probably get into a couple of things I need to talk about, being it be, the first day of my official spring cleaning. You know what I mean? Love you too, Miss Vicky. But for this channel right here, I just keep it pushing. So, a lot of you all have been writing me about the five, which I think now six. Now, this is the thing. That sixth officer that was charged, I'm not sure if he was charged with second degree murder like the other five. I'm pretty sure he wasn't, but we'll get into it. We're gonna do a little introduction type thing today to this case, and we will get in depth as we go. I plan on doing because I've noticed that on this channel that I follow, that they do like a little in depth tell all about all the officers, like some of the they a couple of those officers been reprimanded for some things before. And so yeah, we're gonna get in deep with it. We're gonna get in deep with it, y'all. To be honest, I think on this channel in this moment, we're gonna be focusing on this case, and we're also gonna be focusing on that Alec Murdoch case, which is probably gonna take up most of the commentary. Because with this case, once we do the introduction and talk about the initial act and the court cases, the court appearances that they've been to so far, it's pretty much, unless something breaks, you know what I'm saying, unless something comes out on a day-to-day basis, they're just pretty much awaiting trial. So Once we dig in and get to the gist of everything that's going on, then I can probably move on to some other stuff because it's a lot of stuff that I want to cover on this channel. Actually, it's a lot of stuff. And so yeah, I appreciate those of you all that are supporting this. I really do. So, like I say, anybody want to hit the link? Come on up, come on up. I think I want to start off, y'all. You haven't followed the case, Tamara? Let me give a little let me see. Let me go to my screenshots. So this case that we're about to follow now, oh, that's not it. This is the gist of it. The five former police officers accused in the death of Tyree Nichols. Thank you, T. Thank you. Let me see what y'all saying in the comments before I get engulfed in reading this stuff. Um, Truth, did you get a chance to watch the documentary? Shout out to Fawn. Shout out to Fawnberry who watched that documentary on the Murdoch case, and she called me last night and she was like, "Truth, I watched this documentary and you gotta watch it." Now, I did start it, Fun, but I haven't finished it because I ended up falling asleep. But by the time we go live tomorrow to talk about it, I will be done. I will be done. But yeah, I started it, but I ended up going to sleep. I was Yeah, I just been falling asleep. I've been falling asleep lately at odd times. You know what I'm saying? Good morning, D True. D True, you want to hit the link if you can? If you can't, it's okay. Um, you still on the Alice case? Yeah, I know. Good morning, Raina. Good video this morning, sweetheart, as usual. Y'all go check out my community wall. Make sure y'all check out Raina's upload from this morning. Did you get that damn tie fixed? When you was talking about that tie, it reminded me of my daughters. Y'all know my daughters keep flat tires. They got good cars that rarely have any mechanical issues because my dad always make them buy good cars, like Toyotas and Hondas. But they stay with a damn flat tire. I think they just drive rough. Raina said, hell no, it's a PTO. I know that's girl. Listen, any excuse a do. Any excuse will do. You hear me? Oh Lord, have mercy. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Okay, well, listen, I watched it too. Truth, I was mad as fuck. Poor Connor. And oh wow, what happened to my damn? Oh, I took it off. I'm sorry, y'all. I be tripping over here early in the morning. Okay, let me see what else y'all saying. Start and I join in. Okay. Oh, excuse me, y'all. Y'all know I be drinking my tea early in the morning. Okay, D True, thank you. You watched it, Monica? Oh wow. Okay, let me say something so I don't forget, right? Before we get into the case we started today. Now, Fawnberry, we talked on the phone. She, like I said, she called me after she had watched it. Ebro said that's so funny. People down south always say Toyotas and Hondas. Don't get mad because y'all got them cars up there in the Detroit and y'all will be. You know what, Ebro? I'm not in the mood for you this morning with your little shade. Okay, I know y'all the Motor City and all that shit and all that type shit. Let us have our Toyotas and and Hondas and stuff. Good morning, Miss Daly. Okay, getting a little okay. All right, boo. But American, ma'am. Listen, I do know that most people deem foreign cars as the best. Not all the time. Not all the time. Come on now. Let people have their pick. American cars, I listen, I get buying American cars. American cars are good and so are some foreign cars, okay? It all depends on what you want, what you like, and what you're looking for. If we're not gonna have this debate, ma'am. People from the Motor City, I tell you. Let me say this before I forget, because Eva was trying to start a fight with me. Buy America. You know what, Fun Bear? I will not buy a Ford car. I will not buy a Ford car, and I'm gonna tell you why. But Tony love Ford trucks. Tony love Ford trucks. But I won't buy a Ford car because when I was growing up, and I used to go to New York for the summer times with my granny had two Ford cars that blew the fuck up. I'ma just keep it a buck. I'ma keep it real. My granny had two Ford cars. The first car she had, the motherfucking motor blew up. She bought another one. That motor blew up. I have been sour on Ford cars for a long time. But Tony will buy him a Ford truck in a minute. He love Ford trucks. I ain't buying no Ford car. You won't blow up on me. I ain't lying, y'all. That's a true story. That's a true story. My grandma had two Ford cars that the engines blew up. I'm serious. Now I don't know if it was something she was doing. It could have been something she did. I don't know. All I know is my granny cars blew up. I'm just saying that shit wasn't cute. So listen, so Fun, I talked to Fun. Fun watched the documentary. She called me and she told me it was the best. She told me I needed to watch it, which I am. Thank you, Fun. And Fun also made a suggestion to me, which I am going to follow up on, right? So Fun suggested that when like the day before I come on to do my commentary on this channel, that I do a community post letting you all know what we will be covering, the next day. So that way you all can go and watch. Maybe drop the link of what I'll be covering, and that way you all can go and watch what I'll be covering so we can have a discussion, so much of a discussion and not so much as listening to this stuff. Because for you all that don't know, my video from yesterday was blocked. I don't know if y'all tried to go back and watch the replay or not, but it was blocked, and it was blocked because of that 48 hours commentary in there. Truth is letting us know what our homework is. Yes, and that's what Fawn called it. She said, you need to give out homework. Shout out to Honey B she said, for always supporting everything you and Flexi do. Love you. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate that so much. Thank you, boo. So yeah. I will be doing that, y'all. I thought that was an excellent suggestion, and I will be doing that. What do you mean YouTube is backwards? See what had happened, girl? What had happened? But yeah, I'm gonna be doing that, y'all. Like when I know what we're gonna cover the next day, I'll give y'all a little gist of it. Maybe send a link or something that I will be talking about, and then maybe you all can go and watch it, and then the next day we can just have like a discussion on it, and not so much playing these videos, because oh, you talking about what I just said about blocking? Yeah, about blocking my video. Yeah, T. Yeah, you right, girl. I agree. Because they blocked my video. They blocked my video. And I can go in and edit it and block out the portion that received the claim. But that's pretty much the whole video. Like the whole time we just listened to that 48 hours thing. So yeah, it's no use. It's really no use.
Power on.
I'm sorry, y'all. Let me put my Bluetooth back on.
Bluetooth pairing. Bluetooth connected.
Yeah, I'm watching it on 48 hours, shaking my head. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I just wanted to let y'all know that, and I want to thank Fun for that suggestion. I really did. And listen, y'all listen. I do listen to y'all when it comes to this commentary and what I bring, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all are watching me, you know what I'm saying? Y'all are the ones that have to engage and have to enjoy what I bring. So I'm always, it's Lady Sunflower. Lady Sunflower. I went to go look for the email from you that had your phone number in it because I really wanted to call you on yesterday. but I cannot find it. I don't know if I just got so many damn emails. I strolled till I couldn't stroll no more. When I mean that is I strolled my emails till it just stopped. It wouldn't even allow me to continue. So I either I overlooked it and I don't remember which email it was, or it's not there anymore. So can you please, like right now, Lady Sunflower, get my well, you got my email. Can you email me your number again? So when I get off of here, I can give you a call if you don't mind, sweetie. Cause I looked for that yesterday and I just couldn't find it. I was so irritated. But yeah. Um Hey Sugar and Spice, good morning. Good morning. So I have to keep checking y'all because when I first checked, I didn't see Trey having a scheduled live. So I'm gonna keep checking to see what time he wants to go live. And we're gonna get into it, y'all. We're gonna get into this commentary for today. I'm not in the best mood, y'all. I'm gonna be honest, and I don't know if it comes across. I try to hide it when I'm not in the greatest of moods. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm not in a great mood today, and I'm trying my best to come out of it. I don't see anything scheduled yet, y'all. So, thank you for dropping that link, T. I appreciate it, sweetie. Y'all hit the link. Hit the link. Come on up. We can talk. Can we talk for a minute? Oh goodness. Shout out to Raina. Thank you, Raina. Raina said for always supporting. Thank you, Raina. I appreciate that, boo. Thank you so much. It's American girl. You know how both sides signing. But anywho, so yeah, T's gonna drop the trigger warning every now and again. I did put up the trigger warning, y'all, because I know this stuff can be triggering. T said, "Truth, girl, is a lie." Yes. Vicky said the LA Sheriff's Department has gangs. What actual gangs? It's disgusting what they have been doing. You know the LA Police Department, girl. Listen. I want to say ever since Rodney King, or maybe even before the LA, you said the LA Sheriff's Department, but I just think that the police in LA period are just corrupt, and I think they were like they had a light shine on them for a long time, like a long time. I think all the police departments got some things going on that they shouldn't have going on. But sometimes things happen and they just get highlighted. You know what I'm saying? Welcome back, Sandra. Glad you made it safely to work, sweetie. But yeah, I think all these police. See, Melissa said New York police too. Yep. California Police Department, period. I think all these damn police departments around here got something going on. You know what I mean? It should take something like this, what we're gonna talk about today, to highlight it. You know what I mean? Listen, I feel as though it's corruption in police departments, political, all this shit is corrupt in some kind of way because you got human beings that's in there. And human beings are human beings, and there's a lot of crooked ass human beings out there. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. And it's sad that people are entrusted with those positions and they choose to like use personal issues to um like in this case is the Tyree Nichols case. Do y'all know that this guy died or was killed because of a personal issue, and this man chose to use his position in his job to do what he did? I think that is so sick and sad. So sick and sad. And it's cowardly as well. We're going to get into it. We're going to dive deep. Because, like I say, I'm going to do a little expose on every last one of these officers. You know what I mean? We're going to talk about every last one of these officers and some of the things that they've already been reprimanded for. Because it's a lot, y'all. It's a lot. But today, I think I'm going to start off with a little introduction into the case. And I'm sure everybody knows about this case. I don't know how many of y'all been watching the progress of the case, but I do know that y'all, pretty much everybody knows about this case. So let me see. Let me pull something up here. I'm gonna pull up, and I think I'm gonna start off with this press conference. Okay. Now, when I do these cases, y'all, if y'all see videos or news articles or anything that you think may help me in my commentary, please don't hesitate to email it to me. Okay. Before I got married, dated when he was nuts. He became, you know what, Lady Sunflower? I, it's a couple of people I know that had police officers as stalkers. That is weird. Where is Memphis? This is about his city. Oh, child, he probably still asleep. He was up late with the shits, with the shenanigans. He probably, he probably still asleep, child. He'll get up. He'll get up in a minute. He ain't gonna sleep too long. Mm-hmm. Hold on, y'all. Let me see something. Let's see. All right, got that, got that. Okay, all right. Just remind. Okay, thank you, T. All right, y'all. So let's listen. And in listening to this, if I feel like I need to move on to something else, I will. But I think I'm gonna play this press conference first, and then we'll move on. Like I said, I cannot stress enough. Yeah, he did. Your clients have a lot of stories about police violence. Yeah, it's a lot. Really, T? Hey, Nicole. Hey, really? Girl, I'm glad you got out of that. Cause you know, in this channel that I follow, it's called Twisted Crimes. Yeah, it's a lot of police officers that done kill women, you know, that they were dating because they do become stalkers, and they feel like, I think sometimes with these police officers, like when they get that badge and they wear that uniform, they feel a power. They feel some type of power where they're above, and they can pretty much do the hell they want to do because they got that badge and that uniform. You know what I'm saying? I think, and see, most of them. Well, I don't say most of them. I say a lot of them. They feel inadequate. They feel inadequate. Before they become police officers, they feel inadequate. And becoming a police officer is a way to fill that void. You know what I'm saying? And once they get that badge and that uniform, they gain a superpower in their minds that they didn't have as a regular citizen. And they abuse it. They abuse it. You know what I'm saying? And they can do the ultimate. They become stalkers, harassers. They kill the significant others. It's a lot. It's a whole lot. Child, don't make me do a month of police brutality and murders, because I will. And listen, everybody knows the good cops I love. My nephew, Flex's son, good police officer. I got a couple of police officers that I went to school with, good police officers. The police officers that I dealt with when my son was murdered, good police officers. But honey, it's some bad ones out there. You know what I'm saying? Some bad ones out there. And used to say, hey, in truth, can we talk about the three guys who raped and had concerts in Detroit and came up? Who rapped? I don't know why I said rape. I saw that, Melissa. If you don't mind, Melissa, can you send me some info on that to my email, and I will definitely talk about it. I sure will. Good morning, Miss Marsh. I sure will. Okay, y'all. So let's get into this press conference, and hopefully it's a good one because I've got several saved. So, but I won't. Is this the press conference or the court hearing? I think that may be the court hearing. Let me find the press conference because we're gonna do the press conference first. Okay. All right. Let me see, y'all. And then we'll also do that first initial court date that they had. But we're gonna try to do it chronologically. All right, yeah, this is a press conference, y'all. So let's listen, okay? You'll find. Okay, good. Just send it to me, sweetie. I got you. All right, let's listen, y'all. And y'all, if y'all can't hear, let me know. But you should be able to hear.
Earlier today, the grand jury returned indictments against 5 former Memphis Police Department officers regarding the death of Tyree Nichols. These are the same 5 officers.
Oh, I know what I was about to do, y'all. Before we got started, I was gonna read off this little piece, and and I'm gonna give y'all the names of the 5 police officers. Let me read this. Okay, this is the gist of what we're covering right now, y'all. I'm here, y'all. I just got to drop down. Okay, sugar and spice. All right, sweetie. So, the 5 former police officers accused in the death of Tyree Nichols, a 29-year-old black man pulled from his car during a traffic stop last month and then brutally beaten, pled not guilty today during their first court appearance. And we're going to get into that court appearance as well, y'all. The suspects, I think this is Tadarius Bean, Emmett Martin III, Demetrius Haley, Justice Smith, and Desmond Mills Jr. were arrested and indicted last month on felony charges of second-degree murder, aggravated assault, aggravated kidnapping, and official misconduct and official oppression. All 5 men have been freed on bond and appeared only briefly on Friday, standing side by side as each of their lawyers entered pleas on their behalf. Okay, so this is the an initial press conference done on this, y'all. Let's listen. And like I say, anybody want to hit the link? Let me know. If it's not dropped, I will drop it. And let's talk about it, y'all. Yeah, it's not guilty, of course.
Who previously recently terminated by the Memphis Police Department. They are currently in custody. They are Tadarius Bean, Demetrius Haley, Emmett Martin III, Desmond Mills Jr., and Justin Smith. The grand jury returned indictments against all 5 with the same charges. And we had previously met with the family of Tyree Nichols to go over.
Thank you so much, Eboosh. Y'all, please, 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 please hit the like button and feel free to hit the cash out and support the channel.
What these charges were going to be. And that meeting with the family, I think, went rather well. Here are the charges: second-degree murder, aggravated assault.
All right, hold on, y'all. We got a guess. Let's see who it is. It might be Pettigoat. Oh, it's the true. Great. Is the true? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. Sorry, I was on mute because I got to put my background on.
Oh, okay. What's up? Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Child. I know you probably know a lot about this case, huh? Or have you done any research?
Yeah, I did a little research on it, but they're doing what the standard is because you're going to plead not guilty because you're hoping to get a sympathetic jury.
Right.
If you get a jury that's pro cop, you might get a sympathetic jury. So you're going to plead not guilty, and unless you're ready to plea bargain, that's the only time you plead guilty. Everyone pleads not guilty to see what the district attorney is going to offer and see if you have anything to offer.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a standard, even though they're on video being seen doing it. Again, it was in the commission of their job.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to lean towards, hey, I was just doing my job. This man resisted arrest, and he's known for this and known for that.
Mm-hmm.
And it is beyond a reasonable doubt.
Right.
So they're not doing anything that any normal person wouldn't do for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And I know people are upset. Why would they get bond? Everyone is afforded a bond hearing.
Mm-hmm.
In some states, many crimes don't even have a bond, meaning there is no bond. They're free to go after their court date is set. And that's for many crimes, all the way up to second-degree murder in some states, manslaughter in some states. Don't even have a bond. You could just be arraigned, given a court date, and you're free to go.
Yep. Yep. It's true. Yeah, all right, y'all. So listen, I'm gonna play this press conference, D True. If you want to stop me and say something while I'm playing, and let me know, and I'll stop it. Okay.
Okay.
All right, here we go, y'all. Thank you for joining, D True.
Aggravated kidnapping resulting in bodily injury, aggravated kidnapping involving the possession of a weapon, official misconduct through unauthorized exercise of power, official misconduct through failure to act when there is a duty imposed by law, and official oppression. While each of the 5 individuals played a different role in the incident in question, the actions of all of them resulted in the death of Tyree Nichols, and they are all responsible. We also know that the public is very concerned about whether they can see the video about this incident and the timing of the release of this.
Now, this press conference, like I say, y'all, this is an initial press conference. So I think this press conference was held before the actual video was released. I will not be playing that video on my channel. I don't know. Maybe if I can find like an edited version of it or whatever. I just don't want to play the version that I saw. Now, I may change my mind. Like I said, y'all, this is just the introduction to this case. So I may change my mind about playing it. I don't know. But I'll see. I'll see. But this press conference was apparently held before the video was released. Okay. Me too, Lady Sunflower.
The video of this incident. I have been in regular contact with the city of Memphis, the custodian of that record, and I can tell you that the city will be releasing the video sometime after 6 p.m. Friday, tomorrow, and that the city of Memphis should be making a statement somewhat later on this afternoon regarding the timing of that release. Let me close by saying, both to the family of Tyree Nichols and to the broader community here in Memphis and Shelby County, we all want the same thing. We want justice for Tyree Nichols. It's my hope that if there is any silver lining to be drawn from this very dark cloud, it's that perhaps this incident can open a broader conversation about the need for police reform. The world is watching us, and we need to show the world what lessons we can learn from this tragedy. I'm hopeful that we can show them who I know us to be, a community working towards positive change here in Memphis and Shelby County. I'm sickened by what I saw.
This is David Rausch, Director of Tennessee Bureau of Investigations. This next guy that's talking.
And what we've learned through our extensive and thorough investigation. I've seen the video, and as Ye Morley stated, you will too. In a word, it's absolutely appalling. Let me be clear. What happened here does not at all reflect proper policing.
Oh, y'all gonna cover y'all asses, huh? Y'all gonna cover y'all asses.
This was wrong. This was criminal.
There was an initial traffic stop. We won't comment right now.
Now they went, I guess this video must be edited. They went back to Steve Mulroy, the Shelby County District Attorney, y'all.
On the presence or absence of legality at the stop, but there was a traffic stop, and there was an initial altercation involving several officers and Mr. Nichols. The pepper spray was deployed. The suspect, not the suspect, Mr. Nichols, fled on foot. There was another altercation at a nearby location at which the serious injuries were experienced by Mr. Nichols. After some period of time of waiting around afterwards, he was taken away by an ambulance. Beyond that, I don't really think we should go into any further details.
So there was a delay in the call, the police delayed calling an ambulance for.
There was an elapsed period of time, but I believe that if you watch the video, you'll be able to make that judgment for yourself.
Sure.
He was defenseless the entire time.
So this guy talking now is Antonio Romanucci. He's apparently a family attorney along with Ben Crump of the family of Tyree Nichols. Y'all, this video is edited so it cuts out and comes back in. So I'll be telling y'all who's speaking as they come up. This is just getting a gist of what went on initially with the case.
He was a human pinata for those police officers. It was an unadulterated, unabashed, nonstop beating of this young boy for 3 minutes.
Now you may hear some weeping. That's his mom that's standing behind the lawyer along with her husband. And yeah, she's weeping.
That is what we saw in that video. What I saw in the video today was horrific.
This is Tyree's stepfather speaking now, y'all.
No father, mother should have to witness what I saw today.
My son, I know everybody say mother said they had a good son, everybody's son is good, but my son, he actually was a good boy. He was, I don't know anything right now. All I know is my son Tyree is not here with me anymore. He will never walk through that door again. He would never come in and say, hello, parents, because that's what he would do. He would come in and say, hello, parents.
Now this is, hopefully this is not the same one. It goes to another press conference. Hold on, y'all.
Earlier today, the grand jury returned indictments against
I
five.
think it did. It like went, okay, hold on. All right, I'm gonna go to another one, y'all, because this one right here, I don't know what's going on with it. All right, let's see. All right, so this right here, what I'm about to play now. Let me click on it.
Amen. We need the governor to sign.
This is another press conference. And it looks like it may be like a court hearing or something, but let's listen. We're gonna talk about that, all that, Melissa, all of that. Oh, thank you, Slan. I will. Thank you.
We have a case with the indictment number 2300341. State, are you ready to proceed?
Yes, sir.
All right, gentlemen, each of you appear to have retained counsel. I'm gonna go down the line.
Y'all let me know if y'all can hear this. This is a court case with all the officers in the courtroom right now. I think it's an initial court appearance. So hopefully y'all can hear it, okay?
Mr. Massey, are you prepared to read your client?
And I'd like former I'm already at the indictment or plead not guilty. And that's court forward.
And just refer to the record your client's name.
Mark.
I see Mr. Stengel.
Good morning, Your Honor. Demetrius Haley is my client, is present in the courtroom. Wait formal reading of the indictment, enter not guilty plea. Next,
Mr. Perry.
Good morning, Your Honor. John Perry on behalf of Mr. Darius Bean. At this time, we wait for formal reading of the indictment off the court. A plea of not guilty.
Mr. Summers, I see you back there.
Yes, Your Honor. On behalf of my client, Justin Smith, Charles Summers, we wait for reading the indictment and plead not guilty.
Basically, what y'all just heard is the 5 lawyers for the 5 officers officially pleading not guilty for all of their clients.
Morning, Judge, on behalf of Mr. Mills, we wait for reading the indictment for not guilty plea.
Gentlemen, each of your attorneys have entered pleas of not guilty on your behalf. Understand that despite everyone's best effort, this case may take some time. Your attorneys are going to be receiving the discovery. Depending on how voluminous the discovery is, it may take some time for the state to collect it all, turn it over to your attorneys. For your attorneys to review that discovery, to prepare their motions, and prepare their case. So be patient. Work with your attorneys, cooperate with them, meet with them, go over the discovery. Make sure that if there are any delays, that these delays aren't on account of any of your actions. To those also in attendance, as I've explained to the defendants, this case can take some time. So we do ask for your patience, your continued patience, your continued civility in this case. We understand that there may be some high emotions in this case, but we ask that you continue to be patient with us. Everyone involved wants this case to be concluded as quickly as possible, but it's important for you all to understand that the state of Tennessee, as well as each one of these defendants, have an absolute right to a fair trial, and I will not allow any behavior that could jeopardize that right. So with that being said, we thank you all for being present. State, understanding that there may be some discovery that needs to be collected, we are going to continue this case out a little bit further to make sure the discovery is concluded. We're going to reset this matter until May 1st, 9 a.m. State, is there anything else?
Your Honor, the only other thing on behalf of the state is I have a protective order as to each of the defendants to allow certain digital discovery video evidence to be provided.
Any objection by any of them?
No objection, Your Honor.
No objection, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So right there, the prosecutor has some type of protective order in place where they wants to retrieve their digital devices, which would be their phone. Now, the truth, have you heard about the fact that the officer that had the personal issue with Tyree, he sent like a video or a photo or something to the girlfriend, the ex-girlfriend?
The baby mama, I believe.
Oh, it's the baby mama. Okay.
I believe it's the baby mama. And what the district attorney is asking for is a protective order so that they cannot destroy any evidence, such as text messages, phone records, any video pertaining to the case. Once a protective order is given on such things as that, if you're found to have altered or done anything to damage any of the evidence that they're asking to protect, they're going to specifically say digital. Anything digital, anything, any text messages, any correspondence, phone records, whatever, so that nothing can be damaged before they can get a hold of it. They're really talking about the body cam images.
Okay.
And they also want to confiscate their phones.
Because I read too somewhere that they were actually like sending each other images.
The one that I saw in a report was that he had sent a picture of him to the baby mama. After now he wasn't dead yet. They had just beat him up and things. Well, you know, a lot of people in the chat are like, oh, police brutality, this and that. Yes, it is. It's 1% of a million officers.
Wait a minute. Hold on, the truth. Miss Vicky, I just saw your comment. I would like to do that. I will interview. You see my email on the screen, girl. Email me. She said I would like a few of my clients to talk about their experiences with police brutality. If Truth would like to interview them, I would definitely like to. I would. Go ahead, the Truth. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So understand something. Police officers have a fine line that they have to walk. There's a lot of rules. There's a lot of regulations. There's a lot of liberties that you have to give another person. But remember, the public can view kindness as weakness. So as a police officer, when you show kindness, it could be taken as weakness, and the people will take advantage of that.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a juggling going on. So you are the authority, so you must maintain that you are the authority.
Right. But isn't it a fine line between being the authority and just like overstepping that?
Yes.
Because some police officers take the fact that they are the authority in situations and they abuse it.
Okay. I'll put it like this. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
In the military, we have classes. You're an E1, you're an E2, you're an E3, you're an E4, you're an E5, right?
Right.
And so on. Right. And the saying that shit rolls downhill should be a plaque in gold put on a wall in every barracks, in every workplace in the military.
Mm-hmm.
Because that E1, as soon as that person gets E2, he shits on the E1.
Got it.
And so on and so on and so on. So again, when it comes to authority, some people receive authority not in the best way. Their head starts growing, especially if you got Barney Fife. I laugh at some of these cops.
Not Barney.
Yeah,
Fife. I like him.
These Barney Fifes, these 160-pound, and the same thing. If you want to be honest, some women cops are complete asses.
Oh, I've seen a couple. I've seen a couple. Oh yeah.
Okay, same thing in the correction field.
Mm-hmm.
The smaller guys are gonna act tougher.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They're trying.
The ones that were bullied in high school, the ones that got at home in their personal lives feeling adequate. Come on, be true.
And if you want to know something, some psychologist somewhere needs to devise a test called the asshole test.
Because listen, let me ask you this. Because I think I've heard of them, not for sure. Do police officers have to take some type of psychological exam before becoming cops?
Yes, even before you enter the academy, even before you as soon as you there's a test you have to take for municipal personnel, right? So you take this test, and right after that test, you're going to be evaluated physically and mentally. The background checked. Everything is going to happen prior to them accepting you into the academy. And then during the academy, you're going to be tested many times because stress brings different personalities out. Same thing with boot camp in the military. They watch for signs. They watch people's personality. They watch their mental capacity, and they watch their demeanor.
Okay.
Because those things point to cracking.
Right. Right. Snapping.
Just snapping, cracking. And, honestly, there is a lot of suicide in boot camp.
Yeah.
Same thing with the police academy. Nobody likes to wash out. You think you're a failure. And a lot of these guys get to a certain point where their head is way bigger than they are.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And a lot of people don't want to look at the point that, it's you versus them. They have no rules. Okay? The police officer has rules. They have no rules.
Wow.
He's still a human being. It's still a judgment call, either way you look at it.
Right.
So I know that's not a favorable response right now, but that's how it is. That's life.
Mm-hmm.
Any job you get is a chance. You don't
Mm-hmm.
know whether that employee is going to be employee of the month or douchebag of the year. Everyone gets a chance.
Yeah. Yeah. Take a chance on every one of these people, you know what I'm saying? Because some people can pass those tests and be straight up narcissists, or they can have some other type of, some other things going on with them. And I remember seeing something, and I know this is just TV, but I think it was an episode of Blue Bloods. Y'all know I love me some Blue Bloods, right? And I think it was an episode whereas they were given like cheat sheets to guys coming out the academy as to how to pass the psychological exam.
Yes, it's true.
I remember that. And I was like, well, damn, how do you even be able to give a cheat sheet on,
It's words.
Yeah, certain words you say,
yeah.
how you answer certain questions.
Yes, because under a psychological evaluation, it's maybe 10, 15 questions, but
Good morning, Trey Love. Go ahead, baby.
Those questions are asked in 5 different ways.
Okay.
So 10 questions, maybe the entire exam, but 10 questions turn into 50 because they ask it in 10 different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Watching your answer, watching if your answer changes just because a word was changed or replaced with another word, or another stress factor was added to the same question you've answered 10 times already.
Right.
And the cheat sheet was telling them not to say certain words and to remember the questions that are asked of you.
Right.
So that when the question comes up again, you remember the answer that you gave the first time.
Okay.
Yeah. I wish Vicky could call in or call in, but jump in. Vicky.
Oh yeah, Vicky. Yeah, I wish she could too. I don't want to ask her what her specific occupation is, but the things that she's saying, she said her clients, right? Mm-hmm. But yeah, that
Me and Vicky go back and forth.
Oh really? Okay, you know Vicky. Okay.
Yeah, we do. We go back and forth.
Okay.
Her perspective is not always mine.
Yeah.
Like the disclaimer you gave yesterday.
What?
You gave that disclaimer that I hate, that I will always I don't like criminals, and I will.
Oh yeah, you have a disdain. You definitely have a disdain. So and maybe like Miss Vicky may work with those people, so y'all have a love hate kind of thing going on. But the truth, I will say that everybody that's deemed a criminal, right, that may have a criminal record, are not bad people.
No, they're not. There's circumstances for everything, and I've known people, and I've done it myself, where I will pay for things that they stole.
Yeah.
I understand it if I know their background and I know why they do things. And I say, why did you come to me? Why would you do this? Why would you not just come to me? I would give it to you.
Right.
But again, they go out, they do these things for other purposes. Now, I'm not dealing with drug addicts. I don't give 2 shits about drug addicts. You a drug addict, you done fucked up in my book completely.
Well, yeah, and see, that's the thing, though, those drugs and being addicted to drugs and having that need for drugs, it definitely causes people to commit crimes that they probably wouldn't normally commit.
Mhm.
I have to say that.
I don't believe that's an excuse. I believe
Oh
that
no, it's not an
that
excuse. I'm
that
not giving excuses. Definitely not. No, no,
I,
no.
I believe I will put you in rehab once,
Mm-hmm.
just
Mm-hmm.
once. And
Just once.
when you walk out that door and go right back to what you were doing before you were put in that rehab,
Mm-hmm.
you're lost to me.
Yeah.
There's no more chances for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Those type of people, and trust me, I've walked by people just like frozen in time. They just standing there with their mouth open,
Yeah.
and you can't help them.
Some of them. Some of them you can't. Some of them you can't. But I've known of some people because I say like people don't know that I belong to several like support groups or whatever, and some of them I've seen men and women that was like doped out for years, committed crimes, petty crimes. Because a lot of times now, not always, sometimes I'm gonna say sometimes. I ain't gonna even say a lot of times. People that's addicted to drugs and they commit petty crimes, they usually ain't hurting nobody but themselves. But then you got those that escalate, right? And so I've seen, men and women both that was like on drugs for years, accumulated, records and isolated their family, like family don't want to fool with them, whatever. And I mean like 20 plus years. And then all of a sudden one day it clicks and they just stop and they get help. And they live productive lives from that point on. What do you
And
think about that?
yeah, I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
It's called the bottom of the barrel.
Mm. Okay.
When you reach the bottom of that barrel and you're waddling in shit,
Rock bottom.
yeah, you just basically say to yourself, but again, I can't help you. You must help yourself.
Oh, there's no way to help somebody addicted to drugs unless they're ready to be helped. Like you can't
Exactly.
make them. You can't make them.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You can't make them because and my whole approach to fixing that problem is finding what is the problem.
Facts.
Why
Facts.
are why are you doing this, and what are you getting away from?
Mm-hmm.
I help many vets, including drug addict vets. And I
Mm-hmm.
tell every single person I help the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
What is at the root of this problem? What are you running from?
Mm-hmm.
What is getting high allowing you to escape?
It's usually like maybe childhood traumas and all kind of things. It's a lot of things that people, run to drugs to run away from. It really is a psychological thing.
Now, those people I have compassion for. But
Yeah.
the people that don't want to realize what's at the root of their problem, I have no time for them.
Right. Right. I
Okay.
feel you.
There is
Mm-hmm.
services. Hell, they pay these people on drugs. And I'm like, you're paying them to stay on drugs?
Wow.
I don't understand it. Why
Mm.
why don't you pay to get them help? Hell,
Facts.
there's
Exactly.
there is plenty of islands out there that nobody lives on. Just put them on the island. Let them stay out there. They can do whatever they want to each other. Drop the drugs off over the island. Let them have a great time over there.
That's like what people say about these people out here that want to shoot and kill. Just shoot and kill. Put their ass in the military. Let them shoot and kill the enemy. You
No,
know what I'm
we don't want them.
saying?
We don't want them. That's why
I'm just saying they want to be trigger happy. Hell,
that's
put it to
why
good use.
that's
The
why
fuck?
a drug conviction excludes you from the military.
Yeah. Yeah.
First off, the military is based on one thing. We must trust and rely on each other.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
That is the base of the military.
Okay.
Every man and woman must trust each other
Oh yeah, I believe that.
to do their job so that you can do your job. Many
Right.
times, even Perry has said this when we were having conversations. That man that's in the foxhole with you, and if you guys don't know what a foxhole is, a foxhole is a you dig a hole and you sit in it so that
Mhm.
you are your eye level with the ground and you're being protected by the ground. So you dig a 4.5 foot pit,
Mhm.
and that's where you're in. And you have two people in a foxhole. Each of them has to trust each other because at some point in time, one of you is going to need to be asleep and the other is going to need to be awake.
Right.
So if you don't trust that person to protect you while you're sleeping, you can't do your job.
Mm. Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah. All right, y'all. Let's listen to a little bit more of this press conference, okay? Here we go. Not press conference. I'm sorry. Right now we're listening to a hearing where the officers are putting in their official pleas of not guilty.
Mr. Massey, is there anything else on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor, we did file our motion for discovery this morning.
All right, Mr. Ballin, anything on behalf of your client? Mr. Perry?
No, Your Honor, but we did file a motion for bill particulars, so to Rule 7C, Tennessee Rules of ROC.
Mr. Stengel? Anything else?
Nothing further this morning, Your Honor.
Mr. Summers?
Nothing further, Madam Smith, Your Honor.
All right, gentlemen, we'll see you back.
I have a question, and I do want to get back to this. The truth. Do you think they would be tried together?
No, they were.
Absolutely not.
They
Because this
were.
is a lot.
They were arraigned together,
Yeah, this is what we're listening to. Yeah.
but they will not be charged together. Each one of them will be charged individually because, again, what people don't understand.
I mean, not charged. I mean, tried. Did
No,
I say
no.
charged?
Yeah, they're not. No, they're not going to be tried. The trial is not going to be all five of them together.
Okay, good.
That would be stupid on their part, and that would
Yeah.
be stupid on the district attorney's part. Some of those police officers are going to plead that it was the mob mentality.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't look. It happened so fast. We reacted to each other.
Okay.
You know, it happens a lot.
Do you think they're gonna start pointing the fingers at each other?
I don't know. They're gonna have to stay in unity.
Okay.
If they want to survive this, they have to stay in unity and they have to tell the same story. They have to make it seem as he kept resisting arrest. Understand something. Resisting arrest is very basic. If I ask you to put your hands behind your back and you fight me, that's resisting arrest.
Mm-hmm.
If I tell you to get in the car and you don't get in the car, I have to physically put you in the car. That's resisting arrest.
Mm-hmm.
If you tug to get away, that's resisting arrest. So their only thing that they could say is that he resisted and he posed a threat.
Well, actually, I think he resisted, but as far as posing the threat, hell, he was running away from him. And I remember, like I told y'all before, when I talked about this before, I remember when me and Tony was watching that video, I was telling Tony, and it eventually came out about the whole baby mama situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
I remember telling Tony that it seems to me, now as far as him running, I remember telling Tony that I felt like that guy knew one of those officers and he was afraid.
Yes, he did know one of the officers and he did know who he was.
Right.
You know,
right.
You should always, men, if you, I know there ain't very many in the crowd listening.
Right.
Know who your woman's baby daddy is.
Ah! Well, hell, as far as men,
I will run a
it
background.
goes both ways, honestly. I ain't gonna lie.
You're right. I will run a background check on a baby daddy in a second.
Yeah.
I want to know what he is, who he is, and what he's capable of.
Mm-hmm.
And every man should live that. And women too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Know
Who
who. Yeah, your baby daddy is dating.
Yeah. See, I myself, I don't know. I'm a little different. I was when I left my ex-husband and my kids were still minors. They were up in age though. They were teenagers, but they were still minors. But like I said, they was up in teenage years. After we split, the only concern, because my kids did go and visit him, and had to come in contact with the women that he dated or whatever you want to call it. I was just glad I wasn't put in that position with my kids being younger, because
I'm going to talk about that today on my show.
Really?
Yes, I'm talking about child support and men's rights, and that's one of the things I'm going to talk about.
Oh wow, that should be good.
Is the fact that men should know their rights. Just anyone that is in a child custody or a child support situation, they have basic rights, and that's what I'm going to discuss today on my show today.
I feel as though they should, especially if they're doing what they're supposed to do as far as the child is concerned. Now, what I was talking about was the safety of my children when they went to go visit him, and them coming in contact with the person that he was with at the time. You know what I'm saying? Because let's just be clear, men are not the only people that abuse kids. They're women. They're women that actually abuse children as well.
Oh, I'm not gonna be very popular. After this show, I'm not gonna be very popular. I'm gonna tell you exactly how I feel and the bullshit.
What time are you going live, be true?
I am going. I just put the promo out just now.
Oh, let me go look.
I'm going live at 1 p.m. Eastern time.
So that's 12. Okay, great. Monica said, the truth. I have a question. Do you think they will be convicted, or is their claim of Tyree fighting them looking good for them? Let me say something before you answer that, because that's what I was going into when I was speaking. Now, as far as him resisting arrest, I can agree with, because he did run. But as far as being a threat, I don't think too much, because he was running away from them. Like, I don't think he was like in any sort of type of way a threat. You know what I'm saying? By the mere fact that he was running away. And then too, with resisting arrest, resisting arrest, like you said, you gave the different scenarios as far as resisting arrest. Just because somebody resists arrest don't mean they should be beaten or they should be.
No, people get this misunderstanding. Okay, yeah. A police officer is there to restrain you.
Mm-hmm.
There should never be a punch thrown.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, restraining does not mean punching someone in the face.
Right.
But as a human being, as a man, if someone punches you in the face, you must return the favor. But again, there's no place in police work for fist fights with suspects.
Right.
Okay, you're there to restrain them, which means you get them on the ground and you restrain them, not beat them. Okay,
right.
I could teach you things that are not beating, but are very, very painful to the person that does not want to act right.
Wait a minute, hold on, D2. If it's 1 p.m. Eastern, it's 12 o'clock Central, not 2. Where you coming from this morning?
She didn't have her coffee yet.
I guess not. Maybe she done had too much. If it's 1 o'clock Eastern, it's 12 Central. Eastern is an hour ahead of Central. Go ahead, be true. She gonna send people over there
Yeah,
an
at 2
hour
o'clock.
late.
Yeah, an hour later, they done missed over half the show. But so understand when you're in the police academy, they don't teach you boxing.
Right.
They teach you judo, jujitsu. They
Mm.
teach you hand to hand combat, not boxing,
Hmm.
because to punch somebody is a little too much. You don't have to punch anybody.
No, you don't. Only if they now, because see, resisting arrest doesn't necessarily mean fighting. Like they could be trying to resist but not be fighting you.
But then you police officers are not trained in recognizing a mentally ill person.
That's a huge thing. That is a huge thing. I remember a case I watched back in the day. Well, police officers killed and I cannot remember their name, but I watched the whole trial. Like they pretty much killed a mentally
Mhm.
disabled guy because he did not understand their command.
Yes, and a lot of mentally ill people do not like to be restrained.
Mhm. Mhm.
So you need to recognize these signs before you go and try to slam somebody on the ground
Yeah.
and then lay on top of them. Now,
Right.
understand something. You're also trained in how to lay on someone. You never, ever want to lay on someone's back while their chest is on the ground.
Mm. Okay.
Okay. You position yourself on their lower back with your hands on their shoulders, pushing them down.
Mhm.
If you lay on their back with your weight, you're going to
It's
constrict
on.
their breathing, causing them to suffocate.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they're trained in that. They train you how to take people down. They train you on how to restrain people. They train you where to grab, what to do, where to sit,
Mhm.
how to angle them. All those things are trained to you. Do they remember those things? Sometimes in the heat of the moment, you don't remember all those
That's what
things.
I was trying to say. In the heat of the moment, with adrenaline rushing and things of that nature. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Mhm.
never ever put your knee on the back of their neck. Your knee is supposed to go into in between their shoulder blades, but they're still supposed to be on an angle,
Mm.
allowing their chest to compress normally. But with your knee in the middle of their between their shoulder blades, they're not moving.
Hmm. Hmm. Whew. And it's sad that they have this training, but we have so many, and people don't realize it because all of them are not televised, all of them are not in the paper. But you do have police officers that commit deaths a lot, suffocating people.
Hmm.
You know, and it's sad because if and that's why it shouldn't be no like when it comes to trials and being charged and all that stuff, it should be a question because if you're trying to do one thing and then you do another and it results in somebody's death, to me that should be an automatic. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And the thing about it is the truth, like when you suffocate somebody or choke somebody or that takes time. That's not something that happens instant. So you should recognize in doing that, you should like recognize what's happening. Do you understand what I'm saying?
yes.
And you
The-
should be able to stop what you're doing before that person loses their life. Hey Adam, thanks for stopping in.
I agree.
Okay, go ahead, be honest, because I know you got
I'm I'm
training and
I'm
experience in this type
I'm
stuff.
gonna be very, very honest.
Okay.
When the situation is happening, time is not something you can judge.
Okay. I get it. Okay.
A second could feel like 30 seconds. 30 seconds could be, 30 seconds could feel like a second. Time, it's when you're in the heat of the moment, the struggle's going on, there is no time.
I got you. I got you.
And as a human being, you must process what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
So again, a human being has to make decisions, choices,
Quick decision.
very quick.
Mm-hmm.
And a time may feel like a second when it was really a minute.
Okay. Yeah, I understand. Like I said, I'll be trying to see all aspects of things. I do be trying to get, situations the benefit of the doubt. It's just that when things like this happen, such as with this guy, it's just hard to do it because it's so, it's just sad. It's pitiful. It's ridiculous. And that guy should not be. He should not be gone. He absolutely.
Would we be having this conversation if those 5 guys weren't police officers?
Probably not.
And they just stopped him, dragged him out of the car, and did exactly what they did?
Probably not. Probably not. To be honest.
Because honestly, the police part of it should be taken out because that's exactly what they did. They stopped this guy for a reason. They stopped this guy to humiliate him. They stopped this guy to beat him up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to say this, and it's not going to be popular. He embarrassed them.
He did. He embarrassed the guy with the baby mama long before they even stopped him.
Well, no, I'm not saying that. When he got away,
the first time,
mm-hmm. he embarrassed them.
Oh yeah. And Tony, we sit up here. Let me tell you something. We sit up here and we watch Cops, right? The show Cops.
Mm-hmm.
Tony would binge watch Cops for like all day. All right. So what I've noticed about police officers, no matter what city, town, state, county, when you run from a police officer and they have to chase you.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. It's like they go to a different level.
Yes. Look, most of them are one donut away from a heart attack.
They do not like they chase.
No, nobody does. Nobody.
Yeah. And they would listen. They would when they get your ass, they will rough you up. They're not always turn out like this guy, but they will rough you up. And we've also seen cases where they will put them dogs on your ass.
Oh yes, I'm not chasing nobody. I'm gonna tell you.
They put them dogs on your ass.
I'm gonna tell them, hey, I'm gonna tase you if you don't stop.
Yeah.
This taser will reach up to 30 feet. I just got to get within 30 feet.
Oh wow.
I'm going to tase your ass, and I'm going to hit the juice a couple more times after you hit the ground, just because you made me run.
Yeah, they get mad when they have to chase.
Oh yes, yes.
They get.
Understand. It's not easy to run in a bulletproof vest.
You know what? They look like that stuff is heavy on them.
Yes, and it's not easy to run with a belt, with your weapon, and all the other stuff you got to carry. It's not easy. And, Mr. Drug Dealer, all he got on is a pair of sweatpants and no drawers and a tank top, and he's running through the neighborhood.
Yeah, and probably some tennis shoes and get the going.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, they go to a whole nother level when you run, baby. I'm telling you.
And if you lose the suspect, you're never gonna hear the end of it.
Oh wow.
The other cops can be like, he dusted you.
Oh wow. So it becomes an ego thing.
Yes.
Wow.
It's an ego thing because everybody gonna be like, I don't think you need that donut. You need to put that shit down. That dude dusted your ass.
Look at K. Welly talking about now free ball and they free.
This gray sweat balls swinging. These
oh shit! That's crazy. Okay, y'all, we got like 30 minutes left on this particular live. Of course, this is going to be a continuation after continuation after continuation. So let's listen to a little bit more of this court hearing.
here May 1st on that day.
Now, so they should be back in court May 1st, y'all. If not before. I know they said something about continuing it until May 4th. Monica says he's double ignorant because if she was dealing with Tyree, what in the hell does the dumb officer think she's going to do after he's put in prison? Come on, Monica B. We're going to get into the whole, I'm going to do some research on that whole relationship thing and what was going on with that as well, y'all. This going to get deep.
We'll now excuse the defendants and their defense counsel. We're asking everyone else in the courtroom to remain in the courtroom and remain seated until you're excused.
And with regard to everybody else, I would let the court know that the family is here.
Thank you. You're all excused.
So now they're leaving, and I think eventually they're gonna go outside to a press conference because that's what I clicked on. When I clicked on it, that's what I saw, like a press conference. So hopefully we'll get to that. That's what I'm trying to get to, y'all. And y'all, eventually I am going to start showing visuals. I know that, with this type of stuff, visuals are always better. So just give me a little not like weeks, but a couple of days. Because I don't know what it is about my device. I don't know what it is about this laptop that I have. But y'all know whenever I try to show visuals, when I try to do visuals through StreamYard, it always buffers or I got this so-called internet thing extender or whatever in my laptop, still not working. So my mom suggests that I get one that you plug into the wall, maybe. So I think I'm gonna do that because I do want to start eventually showing visuals, y'all, instead of just the audio.
Okay, so if you plug your Ethernet cord into your laptop, you need to get this gigabyte switch.
Cut it down. Gigabyte switch. Okay.
Yes,
Give me info on where I need to go.
Okay. I'll actually send you the link because what it does is it allows your laptop to use higher than 100 megabytes.
Okay.
Because right now you're only on 100 megabytes unless you switch it, and I'll tell you exactly how to do it once you get in your laptop too.
Okay, good, because like I say, now this is the thing. I do have now my internet signal is top notch. I've had the people come out here. I done had the tree cut down because the guy said the tree had something to do with the connection and this. I done had not a whole tree, but like limbs. I had a tree grown. They done came out here and so-called rewired my shit. The internet signal in my house is top notch. Everything in my house that runs off internet, like the laptop, not the laptop, but the phones, the tablets, the TVs, all of that, no issues. It's only this laptop. And I don't know if it's just the laptop. I think it's just the laptop that I have or whatever. I don't know.
If you run a speed test on your laptop right now, it's going to tell you you're getting probably about 80 megabytes.
Okay.
Where you should be getting 200 to 300 megabytes, but you have to change how your laptop receives the information. Are you using Wi-Fi or are you using?
Okay. Yeah.
So I'll show you how to do all that.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that because I do want to start showing these videos. I do want to do that. Okay, y'all, let's listen. Right now, they just basically walking out the courtroom, y'all. The family and the family first though, and then the lawyers and things. Cause they let the family out first, and I guess they want the family to go, and then they're gonna let the little criminals out. Let me see if I can fast forward it a little bit, y'all. Let's see.
Ben and the family will be making a
Hold
statement.
on.
A courtroom that included
Okay, so now we're outside the courtroom, and I don't know who this guy is speaking. They don't have his name up here, but let's listen to what he has to say. Y'all be sure to hit the like button for your girl, Truth, where they fired. Yeah, they were fired, Monica. They were fired. Y'all be sure to hit the like button and feel free to support the channel, okay? We're almost done.
Of course, the family of Tyree Nichols, they sat a few rows back, something like 10, 12 yards from these officers who, as you saw, stood.
Oh, this is the guy. This is the reporter for this particular channel. And he's just basically talking about the courtroom, what just took place in the courtroom. And I hope y'all can understand. He got a strong accent.
Each of them, via their lawyer, saying that they would plead not guilty. We're expecting the family of Tyree Nichols to come out of the courtroom at some stage. We'll see if, in fact, here they come. We'll come out for questions.
Back here. And the family will be making a statement, but they're going to do it outside the building.
Ben, we're live. Ben.
So Ben will be making a statement, and we'll be coming out to answer questions. So give me like 30 seconds with them.
Okay.
Ben and the family will be making a statement outside the courthouse here in a second.
Okay. And Ben will be making a statement here, yeah?
Outside the courthouse.
Oh, outside the courthouse.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks very much indeed. Ben Crum, the lawyer, representing the family of Tyree Nichols. There are a number of other players who were inside the courtroom.
You're welcome, Mom.
Not least
Good morning, I can't.
not least the
Thank
district
you.
attorney for Shelby County. So it's a busy day here in this.
Let me get to where they go outside, because right now he's just pretty much exiting. Let's try to get to the actual press conference.
In this case and a lot of other cases,
have this all played out in public, but they want justice. I'll just check and see what the arrangements are. Sir, we're live on Sky News. Who are you, personally?
Paul Hagerman, Assistant District Attorney.
Tell me, Paul, where are we in this process, and what's your take on what we've just seen?
Well, today was their very first court date. It was their arraignment, so it's sort of the start of the process here. I'm sure the process will go on too long for everybody, but everybody's committed to justice and to see this thing through. Families back here, and they attended the court hearing, and I've got to spend some time with them for a second. They'll be making a statement later on this morning. I think they're looking for a place to do that right now. It may be outside or not, but we'll let you know.
In terms of investigations, they continue. Sorry.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, tell me about that. We may not have seen the last of the charges in relation to this.
Well, yeah, obviously this terrible crime happened in January, and it's just February. The investigation in this case and a lot of other cases after its charge goes on, and it does. There are a lot of various agencies out investigating this case, and they're not stopping. Today was just the first court date for these defendants. It was their arraignment, and it's the start of the process.
There's been a lot of talk about how things moved very quickly in terms of the criminal justice process, charges laid relatively quickly. Why was that important?
It was important in this case. I think everybody here and everybody in Memphis, and I guess everywhere, saw that video, and there needed to be a statement made, and people needed to step up and do the right thing sooner rather than later. We felt that need, and that's what we did.
And it's important to have questions answered.
Yeah, Memphis and the whole world needs to see that what's right is done in this case, and it needs to happen sooner rather than later.
How's having the 5 officers all involved going to play a role in this?
5 defendants always presents a challenge in terms of logistics and everything. I think y'all saw that in there today. It was a cramped courtroom and all that. We believe it's important that everybody who took part in this criminality, everybody who did something criminal is brought to justice in this case. So just part of the fight.
Sorry, that could possibly come out. I know that Attorney Massey put in a motion to preserve a lot of video from Skycop cameras, many of which we haven't even seen yet.
So it was a city that I guess released the videos to the media and to everybody. It's our obligation to make sure all that video is preserved. Any video having anything to do with this case is preserved and given to defense counsel. We can't release it to the media and stuff like that. So I know that there's been a lot of video that's been found in the case and taken in the case, and we'll preserve it all, and it's all been reviewed and it'll be given to defense counsel.
Is it a single frame of video? Is it a single frame of video?
Video from the scene in particular that may or may not have been shared. How unusual is it to have that in this type of case? And can you talk about that video at all?
You're talking about the video released in the
And
video.
that's another thing I don't understand, the truth, if you're still here. Didn't they realize as officers, and I'm sure not all police officers know where all cameras are. That's not what I'm saying. But do you think these officers realized that there was a possibility of cameras catching what they did?
I believe they thought about their body cams.
That's it, just the body cam.
But they did not count on those ones that they have spewing around that are being monitored. Because your body cam perspective, remember, a body cam video, it could be a foot away. It's going to be hard to interpret.
Right.
Any of that with the commotion going on, you could take the body cam video and pretty much tell people they're not really seeing what they're seeing.
Yeah, you can manipulate it.
Yeah, it's not manipulating.
I don't think they did, K. Willie. They did.
Yeah, you're interpreting. You can interpret it any way you want.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, reasonable doubt is all you need. I believe that they're going to try to get this down to a manslaughter charge.
No way. No damn way.
For the other officers, but the main one in question, the baby daddy, is going to be charged harder.
So, what you saying that, okay, let me ask you a question. Do you think, now, we know the so-called baby daddy knew who this guy was and had a vengeance and had a personal vengeance. Do you think the other guys knew who this guy was and why they was...
That's going to be the difference. If they knew that this man was messing with his baby mama, then conspiracy comes into it.
Come on.
If they can't show proof of that, then it becomes, because they're going to say we really did. It just got out of hand. It was, it wasn't meant.
Because see, they can say they pretty much did what they did because the guy ran. They can pretty much say, look, we know that this guy had a personal vengeance against this guy. That's not what we, that's not why we did what we did. Like, we did it because he ran. He resisted.
Well, again, second-degree murder is the charge because they didn't wake up that morning and say, I'm going to go kill his baby mama's boyfriend.
Right.
That's why there's no first-degree murder being brought, because they can't prove that they set out to do that.
Right.
Now, their defense is going to be, we didn't set out to kill him.
Okay.
It escalated. He was resisting, blah, blah, blah. He ran away. We caught him again. He resisted again. Those are the things that are going to be brought up on behalf of the police officers.
Okay, so what do you think about the fact that they're saying, even though the officers said that he was driving erratic or whatever, that's the reason why they stopped him. What do you have to say about the fact that they're now saying, because Trey just put it Trey Love just put it in the chat, the captain already said that they found no reason for them to stop him in the first place. What do you think about that?
Okay, but again, it's their perception. They perceived he was driving erratic. They perceived, whether the Monday morning quarterback looks at it and goes, we don't see it. They perceived he was driving erratic. They perceived that they needed to stop him. These are all judgments on their part, regardless of what the police department feels.
Mm-hmm.
Has nothing to do with their perception.
Yeah, and that's where it gets sticky with the whole perception thing. Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot, you know.
It is
He ran
because
out of fear.
yeah, he did. He did run out of fear. But
Yeah, I saw
again,
that. I saw that before I even knew about the whole baby mama twist. Like, in just watching the video, I said, Tony, I said that man know them. He know one, he know two, he know one, at least one of those officers, and he's running for a reason. Cause to be honest, my whole thing was I felt like he was just trying to make it back home. Not saying that, if they had a reason to arrest him, he wasn't gonna comply. I just felt like the man needed. He felt like he needed to get home in order for them to arrest him and not harm him or kill him.
and he should have.
Yes.
People ask me all the time, what should I do if I get pulled over? Well, the first thing you don't want to do is to stop in a dark area.
Isolated, right.
Isolated, secluded area that's dark. Okay.
Mhm.
The police officer can't see you, doesn't know what you're doing because it's dark. Put your blinkers on, put your hand out the window,
Mhm.
and drive at a slow pace to a well-lit area, a business or whatever.
I did that. It's been years ago. Actually, I think my babies were toddlers because I remember I was going to a gathering and my mom had my kids. But I remember driving. I remember police, and I was y'all, ebooks always say, what's the country? Okay, here where I am, we got what you call the country, which is usually a county, deep back in the woods somewhere. But I was actually going to a little hole in the wall. Good morning, Tia May. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Prayers all the time going up for you, sweetie. So I remember traveling, and I was by myself because my girlfriend was gonna meet me there, right? Well, actually, she was already there, and I was in the car by myself, and I was riding on a dirt road going to the spot, and a sheriff. It was actually a sheriff because I was within a county. Got behind. I didn't know why. Got behind me, and put the lights on. You know what I'm saying? Didn't know why, didn't know maybe if I had a tail light out or something. I didn't know. And I wasn't a criminal or anything, so I didn't like jump crazy or nothing like that. I was a little confused. But what I did had enough sense to do, I did not listen. I was almost to my destination, maybe like 5 minutes out to the little hole in the wall I was going to. And that man had to follow me there.
Exactly.
I was not pulling over on that dirt road. It was dark, no traffic. You feel me? And no street lights. Okay. I did not speed off or anything. I did not, increase my speed or anything. But we coasted on down to that motherfucking hole in the wall where it was people standing outside to be able to pay attention to what was going on.
Exactly. And that's that you have every right to do that.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
Many police officers will tell you to keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Through their speaker, they'll tell you, keep going, pull in over there to that business over there.
And I can actually tell you the reason why the mindset I had was because I remember around that time it was this thing going on where there was a guy, and they eventually caught this guy, but it was a guy going around impersonating a police officer, pulling women over.
Yes.
I remember that shit like it was yesterday. So yeah.
And that's the reason that they put that into effect.
Mm-hmm.
As long as they're not fleeing, they're driving, they got their blinkers on and they're driving slowly, the police officer can't hold that against you.
Yeah, I wouldn't try to evade police or resist arrest or none of that shit, but baby, you was gonna follow me to that club. It was gonna be some witnesses. Whatever you was gonna try, it was gonna be some witnesses. Mm-hmm. Let me see. I got 8 minutes. Let me listen to a little bit of more what this guy has to say, and then we're gonna end it, y'all. Okay? And like I say, it's gonna be a continuation after continuation. And like I say, if anybody got anything on this case that you want me to specifically talk about, please be sure to email me and let me know because we're gonna be talking about a lot, y'all. Okay?
From the Castlegate camera?
No, actually, shot by a police officer at the scene.
Okay, I can't comment on facts of the case that may come up, during the litigation.
With the city releasing the video prior to this, did that hinder your case at all?
No, it didn't. It didn't hinder our case. But our job remains the same. These 5 defendants are all entitled to fair trials, and that's what we're gonna do.
Is there a single frame of video that suggests Tyree Nichols was driving recklessly?
As I said, there's been video taken from all over the place, trying to get to the bottom of every fact of this case, and we just have to wait and see as it plays out.
Anything else you'd like to say to the Nichols family right now?
Well, I've gotten the pleasure to meet the Nichols family. They're heartbroken, and obviously it's a terrible thing. They lost their son. They love their son. They still love their son, and they're good people. I got to spend some time this morning, and after I leave y'all, I'll be with them some more. I couldn't be more impressed by the mom and the dad and the patience and the understanding they have with us and the statements they've made out to the public that it's important that Tyree's honored in a peaceful way and in the right way, and great people.
That can't have been easy.
How long have you been here? How long have you been here? And have you ever seen anything or have you ever dealt with anything like this?
I'll take both the questions. First, the investigation is ongoing. So is there a possibility of more charges? Of course there is. My boss has been, extremely clear that this is step one. And today was just the start of the court process. And as you asked, the investigation goes on, and we'll see where that leads us.
Is this tough for you emotionally?
This terrible situation. I mean, we all had to watch that video. And I think everybody's heart went out. And, today's court date 1 to try to get some justice and to do what's right in this case. And we'll see it out to the end.
So you spoke about the family. It can't have been easy for the family to be.
Unfortunately, in this job, you deal with heartbreaking things after heartbreaking things.
I know this is kind of putting the cart before the horse, but plea agreements, would you be open to that?
So cart before the horse may be the understatement.
I mean, on the table. Do you want to see that, or how determined are you to see this go to trial? So it's out in open court.
So this is day 1. Okay, they just got an attorney. None of the attorneys have seen the evidence yet, and some of the evidence is still being collected. So I can't comment on that. It is way too early. But what I can tell you is we are determined to see this thing through.
How long have you been with the district attorney's office?
21 years.
And your work here in your time. How much experience have you had with the scorpion unit? How much experience have you had with the scorpion unit?
So we're gonna.
Sir, how much experience have you had with the scorpion unit? Excuse me.
We're gonna come to
I know reporters can be very rude. They can be pushy and rude. I'm trying to get through this now. I'm gonna end it where the parents go into their press conference because we're gonna cover that on the next one. I'm just trying to get through this bit because this is the assistant district attorney that's talking right now, y'all.
But no,
excuse me, y'all. Comes to an end. Excuse me, Mr. Crump. Mr. Crump is going to make a
You were
statement.
late. Let him go.
no, we couldn't get in.
Excuse me, you
Now he's walking
Well, there
away.
you go, a gentleman from the attorney's office. Journalists falling out with each other. A spectacle at the end of this morning's events. Difficult.
You know why it's
He's
gotten
been with the
worse?
family.
You know why it's gotten worse at press conference?
Mm-hmm.
Because little Billy has a phone and he calls himself a reporter.
That's true. That's true.
It used to be you had to have credentials to come up there, and now every idiot with a YouTube channel swears they're a reporter. So they're shoving phones in people's faces and trying to out-scream each other questions. And
speaking at one time.
Yes, and not one, and most of them do not even hold a diploma in anything, in nothing, but they call themselves reporters. So it gets pretty bad, and you're trying to figure out who's saying what.
Right.
That's why you should have to have credentials. You should have to say press. You know.
Yeah. It gets to be a little ghetto at some point. I'm just watching these people and how they move. All up in the man's face, shoving. And then, like I say, my pet peeve is people talking it all at once. Like, honestly, how do you think somebody gonna understand your question? Let's go one at a time, people.
Well, it happens at the president's press conference.
Yeah.
In the White House, they're shouting over each other, and he's got to call people by name. Yeah, Jimmy, CNN. Yeah, go ahead. But these guys are little Billy, who got a YouTube channel, has got 68 followers, and he's
Not
there.
68.
He's there for the scoop.
Oh God, not 68. Okay, y'all. Let's see what happens.
Difficult for them to be in the company, in the same room as the individuals charged with murdering their son. This is a lawyer for one of the defendants. Let's see if we can get.
Oh, let's listen to this dude. He's one of the lawyers for one of the defendants. Let's see what he got to say.
Get a chat with him.
I will not be taking any questions, though I know you will ask them. I do have a brief statement I want to make on behalf of Mr. Mills.
Now, this is the attorney for Mr. Mills. And let me see. What's Mr. Mills' first name? Let's see. He's one of the 5 officers. This is his attorney. His name will be Desmond Mills Jr. He said he's not taking questions, but he will make a statement. Let's see what he got to say.
Out by saying that understandably the nation's heart is filled with frustration, with grief, due to the death of Tyree Nichols, and we understand that. These emotions absolutely should be channeled into demanding change in the way that we police our communities. It's also vital that we extend these demands to the way that we treat minorities and people of lower incomes in our criminal justice system. Let's not forget that my client is a black man in a courtroom in America. This is a country where black people...
You didn't go there. You didn't go there, Opie, because you look like Opie. You didn't go there. He went there, y'all. He went there. Let me back that up.
Yes, he did. And he would not be a good defense attorney if he had not said that.
What's your comment? Let me see. Fawn says she wants us to see her comment. Let me see, Fawn. I'm not watching the chat, y'all.
I saw something. Oh, it was said that the bar had not been lowered due to shortage of officers. 2 of them would not have become officers.
Seriously?
Well, yes, the credentials to become a police officer had to be lowered because of the shortage of police officers. Remember, a lot of police officers left after 20, 30 years because the sad part about it is there's far too many cops that are spending 30 years on the job.
But that's where they messed up at then, the truth. How do you lower the standards just to get a body?
Because it's...
Keep talking. I'm going to walk off for like 30 seconds. I'll be right back.
Every city has to maintain a certain standard of protection. If that standard of protection is not met in every city, the state can take over. So if you don't have X amount of police officers on patrol, if you don't have X amount of police officers within designated areas, if you don't have X amount of police officers working the day shift, the night shift, the mid shift, the state can step in because you're not securing. You're not doing your job. So,
but I get it. I get that. But with lowering the standard, though, I don't know. I don't know. That's a lot. That's a lot. You know what I mean?
Well, by lowering the standards, they mean that it doesn't. You don't have to have 18 college credits.
Okay.
You only need 12 college credits. That's what they mean by lowering the standard.
Okay, so with that being said, as far as college credits, I get. But I feel like though, as far as like, see, I think a lot of this comes with lack of training. So let's just say you want to become a cop and you don't have to have them 18 credits. I get it. But don't you think, and I don't know if this is in place or not because I don't know too much about cops and what they have to go through as far as, the police academy and all that shit. But do you think that there should be some extensive training, not college education? Because let's just be clear, we got people that ain't never stepped foot in a college and they are very successful, right? But I'm talking about like training. As far as that particular job as a cop, do you think it should be some type of extensive training?
There is. See, here's the thing. You go to the police academy,
Mm-hmm.
you graduate the police academy,
Mm-hmm.
and then you get trained on the job where you're picked up at.
Right.
So you're not allowed to ride by yourself. You have a training officer. You have specific duties, and you have specific things that you have to do in order to get yourself elevated to patrol officer.
Okay.
So it's extensive training, and they still require police officers that have been there for years to have training. You remember the officer that thought she pulled her taser out
And pull the gun.
but pulled the gun out instead?
Yeah. Yeah.
She had been taken off of desk duty where she had been and put back in the field as a training officer.
Mm.
See what I'm saying? So there's always training that you go to. Now, the reason that a lot of police departments around the country require not a college degree but college credits is in the law enforcement, criminal, anything criminal. They require you to take those classes so you have some kind of knowledge of the working aspects of criminal law.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You have to understand what the law is that the person's breaking before you can arrest the person for a law that they're breaking.
Exactly. Absolutely.
So this isn't the 1950s where they get the biggest and toughest guys to be police officers.
Mm-hmm.
To maintain, that's why it was said, maintain the peace.
Yeah.
Is what in the 1950s, 60s, and 70s.
Yeah, because I remember watching an episode of Gunsmoke where this guy was going after a guy that had killed somebody. And he just went out there in the middle of the damn town and said, "Everybody mount up."
The good old days.
Yeah, the good old days. Just mount up. Let's go. My God, today. Shout out to Quantity. All right, y'all. Let's listen to a little bit more. We finna get off here because I am so ready for these Truths Live, and I'm gonna fix my grandboy some lunch before I get on it. Okay, before he goes live. So we got a couple of minutes. I wanted to do as much as I could before the parents came on, but we'll continue this when I come back. Okay.
I'm sorry if I went on rants.
Oh no rants here. I listen. I appreciate all your comments here. That's why I want you to come up. Yeah, because I know you know.
Well, there you go, gentleman from the attorney's office.
Oh, that was all he. Well, no. I rewinded it. So listen to what Mr. Mills' attorney is saying, y'all.
Journalists falling out with each other. A spectacle at the end of this morning's events. Difficult, as you heard from him. He's been with the family. Difficult for them to be in the company.
You know what, Monica B? I watched that entire trial. Monica B, and I know we keep getting thrown off track, y'all, but I love it. I love this comment. The people in the chat and everything. Monica B said, remember the female with Officer K, the man in his apartment, because she claimed she thought it was her apartment and she only got 2 years. I watched that whole trial. And when I say I have never seen such bullshit in my life. Good morning, Trey. You done woke up? I have never seen such bullshit. Okay, listen, y'all. Let me make a disclaimer. We're about to get off in a few minutes, but I'm going to pause this, and we're going to continue this when we come back on the next live pertaining to this case. I want to ask D-Truth. What was her name? Amber?
Yeah, that happened.
What in the world do you have to say about that case, sir?
Okay, so here's the thing: the police department was under scrutiny because they were allowing their officers to work long hours.
Okay.
Her defense was sleep deprivation or whatever, however you say it.
Defamation. No,
Yeah.
sleep deprived. She was sleep deprived.
That was her defense. She was sleep deprived. She believed that that was her apartment, blah, 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 blah. So, with that being said, the state had to tread very lightly because they were allowing their officers to work far too long. I believe that officers should be just like truck drivers.
Oh yeah, because you will get pulled over as a truck driver, and your paperwork will be checked. And if you go over so many hours in driving without stopping, you will get a ticket. I know that.
Yes, and it's the same thing for police officers. You're sitting in that car just driving around, or you're sitting somewhere they told you had to be for long, extended hours.
Okay. With that being said, though, okay, that was the defense, right? And this is my thing when it comes to that defense. She went into this apartment that she initially thought was hers, right? The truth, I don't give a damn how sleepy or even how drunk I am. Even if I get into the wrong, which I don't even see how, I don't remember the exact, specifics of how she was even actually able to get into his apartment. But don't you think, like, once you step into an apartment or a house, you should off the rip recognize that it's not yours? As far as decor, furniture, things of that nature. What do you think about that?
Yes, but again, they were charging her with manslaughter. And manslaughter.
For basically making a mistake, quote unquote.
Yes, exactly. And regardless of whether it was true or not, regardless, that was her defense. She was not even given the minimum. The judge actually took in consideration that his mother and his brother stepped forward and asked the judge for leniency. Said she forgave her.
I remember that. That was a big thing about that. Yeah.
And there was a lot of stuff that went on there. But honestly, I believe, and this is just my opinion, I believe the state was just covering their ass when it comes to that and not allowing the issue to be pushed that the police officers were being overworked. Because, again, they allow a lot of these police officers to take these side jobs of security.
Yeah.
And then they come right back to work with maybe 2-3 hours of sleep. That's not enough hours to do anyone's job, let alone a job as important as a police officer.
Yeah. Now let's get into and shout out to Miss Marjorie, who said because they was hunching and she had a key. Now I remember thinking during that thing, and I think it was brought up during that trial, that maybe, just maybe, they knew each other and maybe they had some type of relationship. And I don't think they was ever able to prove that from what I could remember. But just maybe it was more to the story that was being put out there, because I did think that maybe they had some contact before, maybe had some type of thing before, to whereas maybe he cut her off.
Well, they went into that and they said no, there's no.
Yeah, they said they couldn't find any evidence.
There was no evidence other than they passed each other in the hallway, coming and going, blah blah blah. But every floor looks the same. They're stating that his door was unlocked.
Yeah, I get that, but didn't they also say that maybe she had a rug, or he didn't, or he had a rug and she didn't? That was a huge difference as well.
Okay, but think about it. You're tired. Your eyes are half closed. Are you looking down at the rug? You put your key in the door and you turn the knob and it opened. Okay. you're not even thinking if your key even turned or not. You just put the key in the door and then grab the knob and the door opened.
Okay.
So she's saying she was oblivious to everything around her. She was so tired. She just wanted to go to bed. As she walked in the apartment, he walked out and she was startled.
I get it, but I don't. I'm gonna say I know what the defense was. I know what they presented at trial. I'm gonna just say throughout that whole thing, I didn't believe none of that. I'm sorry. I mean, and listen, I'm that one that can say freak shit happen, like freak accidents and things happen out of the norm and things of that nature. It's just that with this particular woman, because remember, she took the stand. She took the stand, and I watched her testimony, right? And I called bullshit.
Okay. But again, their job is to bring reasonable doubt. She was convicted, which means she did commit a crime. She was convicted of the crime.
She was.
She was going to try to get a lesser charge. And as a good defense attorney, your aspect is to get the person off or for them to receive the least amount of time.
Right.
That's your job. And if you don't do that job, you can later come back and have to retry them because their defense is going to be that you did not do your proper job.
Right. Yeah, I was one that was a little disgusted with that case, but it is what it is. She did get convicted, and she did receive some time, but.
So Sweetberry said, "How did her key fit the door?" Well, all their keys are the same, other than they're cut differently. So everybody's key will fit in that lock. It just won't turn the tumbler. Because
it just won't unlock it. It'll fit in there, but it won't unlock it. Yeah.
Because everyone's door is the same. Everyone in the apartment building's doorknob and lock are the same. So the key is going to fit. But again, they said she put the key in the lock. She doesn't remember if she turned the key or not, but she turned the knob and the door was open.
Yeah. So basically, I think what they determined was his door was unlocked, and she thought she unlocked it with her key. Yeah. So that was a lie. I watched that entire trial. I did. Y'all know I watch trials all the time, and that was a lot.
Yeah,
But
I got my degree from Law and Order.
I ain't gonna say I got my degree from Law because I actually love Law and Order. Now, my mom and my daughters, they love Law and Order SVU, Special Victims, and I like it as well. But it's nothing like that original Law and Order. I am obsessed with the original Law and Order.
I mean, I would even watch Law and Order Sanitation Division. That's how much I love Law and Order. If they had the
I love
police,
Law and Order.
I would watch that.
Now, the Law and Order that had to grow on me was that Law and Order criminal intent, because that guy was weird.
Yeah, I didn't. Well, I like that one too because of the.
I like it. I watched it, but it was my least favorite. He was weird.
Yeah, he was a monk.
Yeah, monk. Yeah. He was a monk intensified.
Yeah.
But I love Law and Order.
Yeah, I love Monk too, so I watch that all the time too.
Yeah, Monk funny. He funny.
Psych, all those. I watch all those.
Now I didn't watch Psych. But I did watch Monk. But yeah, hey McGraham, we about to get out, McGraham. Make sure you catch the replay if you just joining. I'm gonna get out of here, y'all, because like I said, I'm gonna fix my baby boy some lunch before the truth goes live. Let me check and see if Trey said alive. Since he don't woke his lazy ass up. Let's see. I don't see anything scheduled yet. So yeah, y'all. Can I get a mod? Do I have a mod in here? Can I get a mod to drop these truths link? Oh, T in here. T, can you drop D True and Trey's link? Also drop Raina and Cam because I think Cam had an upload yesterday that I didn't see and I shared it out today. But also before we get out, drop D True, Trey, Cam and Raina. T, you can also drop yours because I saw where I just be loving your community posts and Liz B got it going on. Can't handle the truth. I caught something that I missed on her channel. It's all on my wall, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all go check my wall out for all the true sippers and state game that we have to support. Okay. So with that being said, we're gonna get off of here. I enjoyed y'all today. I really do appreciate the support that y'all giving me on this channel. Thank you, Miss Monica. I do, y'all. I really, really do. I appreciate anytime I hit live and you all show up when it's commentary like this that I know is not the popular and it's not the mess and the drama and people still support. Hey, Raina, my tire done, y'all. Good job, Raina. The day is over. Now you done took a whole PTO day.
Yeah, they get mad when people come, when 40 and 50 and 60 people come and listen to us play music.
Well, I mean, the thing about it is, like, why are you so concerned? Like, honestly, like, it behooves me the time that people take out to do lives and talk about what we actually do. Because, see, really and truly, you can be taking that time out to do your own shit instead of trying to critique our shit. Because we're going to do what we do regardless. And there's always something different and there's always something good. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. And my get back, since they want to talk about get back and clap back and all that bullshit, my get back is to continue to do what I do. And that's it. And that's all. My daughter's calling. Give me a second, y'all.
So if there is a subject that you guys want to speak about that we haven't spoken about, please email us. We'd be happy to speak. I know I talk too much. I know people think I'm bossy and I take over things. I apologize if I do any of those things. I'm very passionate when it comes to certain things. And that being said is, people tell me all the time I talk too much. Sorry, I'm in the lab trying to finish my live. Making my background. So, like I said, email Truth if you have something that you'd like us to talk about. If you don't want me on the panel, just say don't bring the clown, and I'll just sit in the chat and annoy people. And please look at the links that people are dropping right now. Those are other content creators that we know. And if you ever want to see people that follow our channels, in the description I have links to a lot of people's channels that are friends of the channels. Many of them are the people that are in here right now. If you'd like to get in that list and you're not on there, just let me know and I'll add you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Good job. I enjoy. Thank y'all so much, and thank y'all for letting D Truth know how much we do enjoy his input. I ain't gonna lie. So yeah, with that being said, we're gonna get off of here, y'all. In 30 minutes, or a little over 30 minutes, D Truth will be live. What I think is gonna be a bomb ass live. We're gonna be there. We're gonna support, and I will see y'all later on. Trey, he hasn't said anything yet, but y'all just be looking out for that. Not sure if Flex is going live later or not, but if she does, I will absolutely share that out. I may come back on later. I'm not for sure, but just look for the notifications, y'all, and look at the community wall. Okay. I appreciate y'all. I do. Shout out to the True Sippers. Shout out to my fabulous moderators and also my monetary contributor. Shout out to you, D True. Thank you so much for your input today. Greatly appreciate it. And hopefully, when I do these cases, as many as you can you please join us? I would appreciate that. All right, y'all. With that being said, we're going to get out of here. Y'all have a good day. It is a beautiful day. It is the first day of March. New month, new start, new beginnings. and everything of that nature. Let's go. Let's get it. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all later on. See y'all at The Truth in 30 minutes. Okay? Y'all have a good day. Love y'all.